So as far as the future phases, you can see phase 1C right now, it's in design. We have right-of-way acquisition scheduled in 2013, and we're actually targeting design completion only at 2014, and hopefully we can get federal funds programmed so we can get it advertised somewhere like 2015 or possibly in 2014. The next phase, let me go back to that phasing. The next phase that we're going to be working on is also phase 1B2, which goes from Hokiokio Place towards past Laniopoko, almost towards the Oluwalu Dam. And then that phase, we're having design funds programmed in federal fiscal year 2014. So after we design this, then we're going to jump on to the south end, which is 1B2, and start designing that, and hopefully we can get federal funds programmed for construction. Then let me go backwards again. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. And then the last phase is what we call phase 1D, which is going from Kaanapali towards Honokowai. And that one is actually, it's kind of out there. So it's presently not on the 6-year statewide transportation improvement program, but you can see the momentum we've gained. Because I think if any of you have lived in the west side from the 70s, you know, I think many of you can remember that the bypass, you know, being talked, well, actually, almost, some people tell me it's like, you know, even more than 30 years they've talked about it. And then it, you know, then it started to come to fruition, but it's been a while. And then recently completed, like last year, everybody knows that the Honorilani Highway Widening Project, which was taking that 4 lanes, extending it from Lahaina Road back towards Ahola Road, that was completed in February. And again, you see that price tag, $19.4 million, about $20 million. And then, so I'm just kind of giving you a mental, you know, like adding up this tab and seeing how much we've spent so far in 2011 and what we're going to spend out here in 2012. But I just kind of wanted to give you an example. This is what the highway looked like before. Here's the park. This is looking towards Kaanapali. This is the park. And these are the houses. And we basically just had 2 plain old lanes. No plantings, no sidewalk. Then this is what well, actually it looks better now. This is an old picture. but same park, same subdivision, but you notice we have plantings. The plantings have gotten a lot bushier now, but I did this purposely to show you an old shot because it shows you these noise walls. These are precast noise walls that will protect the houses from cars. A lot of the homes only had wooden fences or broken fences. And then this is the park. We have guardrails now, and you see this little sign up here. It just reminds you if you're speeding. So I think that's a good reminder. And we kept all the trees. We kept all these trees on the side too, even the trees further down here. So we feel like it gives a visual friction to hopefully slow down cars, but I think this is a better deterrent. But that's an example that you guys as a community made this project happen. Because in 2006, this project was not gonna go because everybody opposed it. So thank you guys for that. Okay, and other West Side projects for 2012, we got a lot of resurfacing projects that's coming along. Well, we have one already in progress. I'm pretty sure Kapalua is very aware of it. We have a Honorilani Highway resurfacing project, Ho'ohui Road to Plantation Estates Golf Course. It started in about October of last year, and it's gonna, the resurfacing itself is probably gonna be wrapped up by January, but we have like striping and signs and a little bit of guardrail upgrades that's gonna take it to March. But again, look at the price tag, that was $3 million. And then we also have a Honorilani Highway resurfacing, Honokowai to Kahana, which actually takes it from where this project leaves off and then goes to Honokowai. So Ho'ohui Road, everybody knows, is in Kahana. Yeah, so Honokowai to Kahana, this is the next phase. So right after that project is done, we jump onto this project. That price tag is $2 million. Then what was happening is we had a whole bunch of projects that we were doing. And so the upcountry, we have 3 resurfacing projects upcountry. They're gonna have to go up there, and then they're gonna come back down to resurface the highway between Ma'alaya, Kapoli Street, Ma'alaya, to Kahiawa Wind Farm access. And this is going to happen, somewhere in the fall, and that cost is $1 million. And then also a continuation of that is resurfacing the same stretch of highway from the wind farm access road to Olowalu, and that's going to happen right after that, and that cost is 2.7. These 3 projects here, what we've done is federalize this project, and what federalizing means is we get 20% state funds and 80% matching federal. So for every state mile we can do 4 more miles just by federalizing, these projects. This is the only state funded, so you can see how much it stretches our dollars. And because the economy is so competitive right now, the prices we've been getting from resurfacing contractor is so good. It's like, this is the time to get all the projects out. So that's and then another project that's just started is this is state funded, $7 million. There's a shoreline protection for tsunami damage in Ukumehame. You've probably seen Hawaiian dredging working out. It just started, and it's expected to go to October, but that's basically to fix up the barriers that sort of has fallen, it's undermined behind. So just, you can just keep that mental picture, the dollars, just for 2012 alone. And then for upcoming projects, we have, I guess in your newsletter, you had a picture about the Laniopoko shoreline that's getting eroded. We have $3 million of construction funds programmed for federal fiscal year 2012 at the end of, which is the federal fiscal year is typically at the end of 2012 that's when we get the money. So we've got that upcoming. And we also have another shoreline protection improvement, which is in Olowalu, which we sort of did some temporary improvements on our resurfacing project a couple of years ago, and it's holding very well, but we need to do permanent improvements. So that's going to be $2 million of construction funds that we're programming for fiscal year end of 2012. So again, you can keep in mind all those dollars. And then I guess just to cover on a very future planning project, everybody's been asking about that Honopilani Highway realignment or widening project between between Malaya and Laniopoko. And I guess I think in the previous year, you had some citizens advisory committee working on this project. It's basically, if you can see the project limits, it's along the Pali, that section that needs to be widened or realigned. That's where we have a traffic bottleneck between Laniopoko and Malaya. Right now, the project is at the point where some of the alternatives has been determined, and it's going through the federal agency coordination and concurrence on purpose and need, and there's a long list of alternatives. And alternative screening criteria is ongoing, and it's needed prior to the release of the DEIS, which is the draft environmental impact statement. And right now, they're trying to target getting the draft environmental impact statement out in December 2012. So crossing our fingers on that. So with all of that, I don't know if any one of you were adding the numbers, but it comes out to about 115 million, 115 million, and that's a lot of dollars to bring on this side. Our contractors come out here, they buy products, they buy materials, rent equipment, they rent housing, so they bring a lot of money on this side. So I really truly feel the west side is the prosperous side, but it's because of organizations like the WMTA, LBN, that kind of brings that cooperation, collaboration with the government agencies, and then I guess educates the people to come to a consensus so then government can move forward, and then our legislators know what kind of projects we can fund and not going to be at risk of being opposed or delayed. So knowing that we have a lot of construction projects coming up, I have to thank you for your continued cooperation and patience. And you notice I didn't leave my name or number or email on this thing. But everybody knows that all you gotta do is you gotta email Bob Pure and he'll get to me, because it's like he keeps me focused, because unfortunately I serve all the communities, and I oversee the construction in all 3 islands, Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. So sometimes I get a little scattered, but believe me, Bob Pure keeps me focused for the west side, and he's been a terrific partner. Thank you.